Hello and welcome to today's LPL Esports Roundup. We're going to cover one player move, a couple series from the LPL this morning, and then preview the trio of series in the LPL for tomorrow. The news, the Guangdong Freaks have not made it official, or Leaguepedia has not made it official that they've swapped supports, but they have, as we saw in their last series against HLE. Andal was at support and not June. So Andal had a 2.6 KDA, 76.4 KP, with CK, in the CK for the Freaks. 152 damage per minute, 275 vision score per minute, places about 7 wards every 5 minutes, 2 control wards every 5 minutes, and then clears 1 ward every 3 minutes, roughly. Played 9 champions in 20 games before his call-up. I will say I thought the Freaks' weakest link is the bot lane, but I do not know if this player necessarily deserves a call-up. It's hard to really tell because KDF's academy team sucks. I want to say like 4-16 or something. Like, it is very, very bad. June's stats had a 2.8 KDA, 72.4 KP, 194 damage per minute, so a little more aggressive. 294 vision score per minute, 165 wards placed per minute, so about 8 wards every 5 minutes, and a control ward every other minute, but only clears 1 ward every 4 minutes, 8 champions in 18 games. So he places more wards, therefore gets better vision score, and clears less wards. So we'll see if this makes any real difference. I thought Andal did fine in his debut. Obviously against Viper and Life, it is not going to be easy, and I felt like he wasn't the reason why they lost, so that's all that really can be said about that. Predictions, I'm 185 and 80, went 2-0 on the day. LNG, LGD, LNG win 2-1. Scout was MVP. He had a penta on Jace. 20 kills, 7 deaths, 24 assists, 29% of the team's damage. Tarzan, 10-6, 38 in the jungle. LPC, 11-11, 10, 26% of damage in the loss. LGD did have a lead in game 1. They would throw it. A lot to do with Jace Scout's penta. That really turned the tide of that game, and it was a fight in the jungle and in mid lane, and that really gave LNG the boost they needed to win that one. However, in game 2, it was very close, back and forth, would come down to an Elder fight, which LGD would win. LPC doing fantastic in this game. I thought Meteor played solid at times, especially in game 1. Tarzan just played facilitator. Zika beat up on Decade throughout this series, a couple solo kills. Bot lane, Gala was more relevant than LPC, in my opinion, outside of that, the game 2. Game 3, LNG just smoked them. I think it was a real quickie, like under 25-minute game, if I recall correctly, very one-sided. Scout probably wouldn't have gotten MVP if it wasn't for the penta. I was leaning a bit towards Zika due to the fact that he did gap Decade so much. But when you look at it, Scout did lead in damage, had the most kills, so it's hard to really pick against him. Nip and Rare Atom. Nip win 2-0. They're now 7-7. Rare Atom 4-10. Fodic 14-3, 14, 37% of damage. He gets MVP, played Kesa and Ziggs. Shadow 2-1, 24. He played Rel in game 2. Mole, 4-1-10, 39% of damage in the loss. And not only that, he had over 860 DPM, if I recall. So he was aggressive. He found opportunities on the LeBlanc, and I forget what champion he played in game 1, that, influenced team fights. Now, they lost those team fights, but he did do his job. I think that they are having issues with draft. Assume continuing to pick Vayne. I don't know why that is. Nobody is playing Vayne, and whenever we see Vayne, it's not very good. So I don't know why they are doing that, but they are. It is what it is. They are also swapping out Strive for Mole. Now, Mole did fine, but I still like Strive more. Shadow was more effective than Lan. Topside, Invincible, and Zhaoju, meh. Angel found opportunities to impact the game, probably not as much as Mole did in terms of the damage and such, but he also was effective. Fodic had over 1,000 DPM. That's also why he gets MVP. He dealt a shit ton of damage in this one. Effective going in on Kesa, and then just dealing pure TPS in game 2 on Ziggs. It was a slow game. very close until the end. Honestly, both games were pretty close. It wasn't blowouts either way, which does make sense. I did think this was going to be 2-1 and that 2-0. It ended up being opposite, so that is what it is. I guess 5 teams are now eliminated from playoffs. I think it's only like, I think it's 3 teams for 2 spots maybe. If not locked, LPL playoffs are not going down to the wire really when it comes to the teams making it. Sneak peek for tomorrow, LPL, Ultra Prime, Top Esports, Ultra Prime are 4-9, coming off of a loss to Weibo. Top Esports 7th at 10-4, coming off of a win against OMG. Last time they played, Top Esports won 2-0. TN and Jackie Love 22-6 and 26, 1,288 DPM, 44% of the team's damage. Ning and Doggo went 3-12 and 15 in the loss, 779 DPM and 43% of damage. So Jungle AD Carry affected the Rift similarly relative to their teams when it comes to damage, but Ultra Prime 500 DPM less. That's no surprise. Dream is expected to play again tomorrow. OMG, Anyone's Legend. OMG 10th in the power rankings, 8-5, coming off of a loss to Thunder Talk. Anyone's Legend 4-10, coming off of a loss to Weibo. Last time they played in spring, OMG won 2-1. Top side of the Rift, Shanji Aki went 16-12 and 45 for 845 DPM, 35% of the team's damage. This series was very close, by the way. Just looking at these numbers, it screams that it was close. ZDZ Zhaohao died a lot. They went 10, 20, and 32. So a lot more deaths, but 892 DPM, 34% of the team's damage. So slightly more damage output and slightly less impactful to the rest of their team when it came to damage. So Anyone's Legend out DPS'd OMG in this loss, which does happen. I mean, if Anyone's Legend blew them out in their win, that's how it ends up looking in the end. Lastly, Team Wii, JDG. Team Wii are 17th in the power rankings at 7-6, coming off of a loss to RNG. JDG first at 11-2, coming off of a loss to IG. Last time they played, JDG won 2-0. Knight went 12-2 and 10, 23% of damage in the win. Shanks 12-8-4, 24% of damage in the loss. So this is a big deal. JDG have to respond after that upset loss to IG and kind of show that a trend is not occurring. It's nice to see 2 top 25 teams playing each other. Keep in mind, if you do participate in the power rankings, those will close tomorrow after I get back from work. So that's it for the roundup. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.